Hello, everyone. I believe your day has been great and your week is starting on a good note. My name is Adewumi, the host of the E-volve podcast. Welcome to today's episode of the E-volve podcast. Last week, we discussed building a good name as one of the key things we need to focus on. The fourth thing we need to focus on is what we'll be looking at today, and that is having good health. But before I proceed to today's session, just a quick recap of what we've spoken about in the last 3 weeks. We started with focusing on your connection with God as the first thing that we should give priority, and then the week after that we also look at focusing on your purpose. That's the reason why God has sent you into the world. And then last week we looked at building a good name as an important thing for you to focus on. And so this week we'll be looking at focusing on having good health or building good health. And so to start with, I'll reel out some statistics that may be of concern to us. Globally, 1 in 4 adults is considered not to be active enough by WHO reports, World Health Organization, and this leads to sedentary lifestyle, which is responsible for over 5 million deaths annually. Also, over 1.9 billion adults are overweight, and of these 1.9 billion, 650 million are considered obese. Obesity on its own triples the risk of heart diseases, diabetes, and other forms of cancers, or certain forms of cancers. And then 1 in every 8 people in the world lives with a mental health disorder. That's really, really worrisome if you ask me. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide, especially among the youth and the women. While cardiovascular diseases are the number one cause of death globally, accounting or claiming over 70 million lives annually. 70% plus of all deaths worldwide are due to non-communicable diseases like diabetes, hypertension, etc. Coming home to Nigeria, life expectancy in Nigeria has reduced to 55 years. That should really give cause for concern. And hypertension, over 30% of adults in Nigeria are hypertensive. It means 3 in every 10 Nigeria. 3 in every 10 in Nigeria. Every 10 Nigerians are hypertensive. That's really, really worrisome. And it's worrisome because hypertension is known as a silent killer because it doesn't show any symptoms. In some cases, you won't know the symptoms. You won't see any symptoms until it manifests, and then a stroke, a cardiac arrest can happen before the person even gets to know that he or she is hypertensive. There's prevailing rise of cases of diabetes also. 1 in every 10 Nigerians is estimated to now live with diabetes, and this is the major contributor to this is urban lifestyle, sedentary lifestyle, the things we consume, and all the lifestyle that is prevalent in urban areas is also a major contributor to this. While an estimated 20 to 30% of Nigerians are affected by mental illnesses, but only a small fraction receive treatment. Cultural stigma and lack of access to care are major issues for not being able to access or get treatment. For the young people, the youth are increasingly facing high stress levels, poor nutritional habits, poor nutritional choices, addiction to screen time and digital distractions, rising rates of obesity, anxiety, and burnout. So, why shouldn't we focus on health, given all these statistics that have been reeled out? Now, why does your health matter? Let's even start with that. Or why does good health matter? Good health matters because health is wealth. Without health, you can't make wealth. I repeat, without health, you cannot make wealth. And if you've made wealth at the expense of health, you will spend that wealth to buy back your health, if you are able to buy it back. So, health is wealth. Number 2 is that your body is a temple of the Spirit of God. You cannot communicate to God without the Spirit of God. And the Spirit of God resides in your body. Your body is a temple of God. Man is a tripartite being. Man has a body and a soul and a spirit. The spirit resides in the body. If the body is not well taken care of, it can't carry the spirit, let alone even sustain the soul. So you need to keep your body well and healthy. Number three is that your body is the house for your spirit, is where your own spirit resides in, apart from the Spirit of God. Your spirit also resides in your body. If your spirit becomes houseless, it means you are dead. That's what it means. So if you don't keep your body well, your spirit will depart from the body as a result of the body's failure to be able to care or warehouse or carry the spirit. Number four is that God cares and is concerned about your health. He said in his word, he said, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. So is God cares about you being prosperous. He also cares about you being in health, and he also cares about your soul being sound. So you don't want to joke with your health, and your health is your primary responsibility. It's your responsibility. It's nobody's responsibility. Especially as long as you're of age, your choices, your lifestyle, everything matters a lot. And then lastly, your state of health will affect your relationships. It will affect your marital relationship, it will affect your emotional relationship, work relationship, every relationship. If you are not healthy, you might not be productive at work. It might impact on your output. So you need to take care of your health. Now, what exactly is good health? By definition, dictionary definition says good health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not necessarily the absence of illness or sickness. So good health is being sound physically, mentally, and socially. What are the signs that you may be having challenges with your health? One is if you are constantly fatigued, you are constantly tired, you are constantly feeling tired, something is not right. You just need to check. Probably go for checkup or go for examination to be sure what it is, or probably even take time to rest or look at your diet. Number two is also if you are constantly have mood swing, or you are constantly in a state of you are constantly irritable. And mood swings sometimes might be due to certain period of the month, especially for the women folks. But if you are not a woman and you're constantly having mood swing or irritable, it means that something is wrong. Even as a woman, if it's not that period of the month and you are constantly experiencing or regularly experiencing mood swing, you may need to check. Something may be wrong. You might be ignoring some signs. Also, if you're not sleeping well, poor sleeping habits is an indication that you are neglecting your health or something is wrong. Dependence on caffeine or sugar is also is an indicator that something is wrong. Your body should be able to generate enough energy on its own to keep you running through the day. Yes, there's nothing really wrong taking caffeine or sugar, but if you become dependent on it, without it you cannot function. Please check. You're already having issues with your health. And if you are constantly or frequently falling ill, is also an indication that something is wrong or you might be neglecting your health. How do you begin to take care of yourself? How do you begin to prioritize your health? One, I always recommend starting small and starting from wherever you are. You don't need to go look for money or something. Start with walking, start with jogging, start with running if you can. Walk 5-10 minutes, walk on daily basis, and you can increase it gradually to a state that you can accommodate or cope with. Take water over soda, over all those drinks, carbonated drinks. Take water. Anytime you feel like grabbing a bottle of Coke, a bottle of this, rather grab a bottle of water. Water is life. Never forget that. Water will hydrate your system. The more of those fizzy drinks you take, the more sugar you pump into your body. And too much sugar in the body is really not good. It's not good for you. Imagine if you pack a room with sugar, you would attract insects, you would attract ants. It's the same thing with your body. You'll be attracting aliens into your body. Also, Practicing mindfulness breaks, taking breaks periodically. You can use your smartwatch if you have, or your phone to set alarms to make you remember to get up, to stretch yourself, stretch your leg, just do some light exercise wherever you are, even at your workplace. Stretch your body, walk, move around rather than sitting on one spot for the entire day. Then what you eat in terms of nutrition, eat good food. Try as much as possible to eat natural food. Reduce processed meal, reduce all those canned meal and all the rest. It won't help you. Take more vegetable, take more fruit, drink more water. In terms of sleeping also, make sure you are getting quality sleep over quantity. It's not necessarily sleeping for 9 hours and then you have 4 or 5 breaks within that 9 hour, but sleeping quality. If it's 5 6 hours, make sure that 6 hours they are uninterrupted. You sleep soundly. When you sleep and you wake up feeling tired, something is wrong. It's either you didn't sleep well or there's a major need that your body is crying out for. Make sure you move around. I already mentioned that. No matter what, find something that works for you. Take a walk. During your break time, take a walk in the office. You won't walk from desk to desk in your office just to. And if your office doesn't permit that, take a walk outside the office or take a walk within the office. Do some push-ups or exercise, get skipping ropes, keep within your office. Wherever you are, just create a space for you to exercise. It's important that blood circulation in the body is moving around very well, and oxygen is also moving to every part of the body that is required. If you are seated for too long, what you are doing is restricting the circulation of blood in your body. And then excuses that we give, or barriers to being healthy. Sometimes we give the excuse of being too busy. I'm too busy, I don't have the time. You don't want to be too busy, because if anything happens to you, the work will continue. I can assure you that they will find a replacement for you. They will not say because you have left or you have issues, the work should suffer. So why don't you create the time for yourself? Take small breaks in between to free yourself, and then find something that will make you be active. Then we also use the excuse of lack of motivation, and this is coming from, there's nothing really motivating me to do that. Let me give you one motivation. If you've ever come across someone who's dealing with health issue, you would understand the cost of ill health. Ill health costs more than sound health. So no matter what, remember that if you fall ill, it will cost you more to restore your health back if you ever get it back. So let that be enough motivation for you to stay healthy. Number 3 is financial limitations. Sometimes people use the excuse of, I don't have the money, I'm not rich, I can't enroll in gym. You do not necessarily have to enroll in gym. You can work out anywhere in your house. You can do simple workout, just sit-ups, press-up and all the rest, planks. Those are things you can do without necessarily enrolling in gym. If you can enroll in gym, fine, why not? If you can get health insurance that allows you to give you access to do annual medical checkup, why not? But if you cannot, work with what you have. I've seen people that even build weightlifting material, dumbbells on their own by using just cement and all the rest, and then they put pole in it and they build it. Find what works for you. That's the most important thing. But by all means, ensure that you are exercising and living a good lifestyle. So in rounding up today, thank you for staying here. I want to challenge you to look at your life, evaluate your life, and see where you probably have been falling short in all the areas I've highlighted, and begin to take steps to correct them today. Remember that your health is your responsibility, and you do not want to live before your time. So take care of yourself. Follow me on Instagram, E-volve Podcast, Onado or Adewumi_Oni, and on YouTube, E-volve without end. Do not forget that we are all on a journey, and let's evolve together. Thank you. Catch you next week. Bye.